If you want to see me create a third look using the Lancôme Holiday Blockbuster Set for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, look number 3 is what we are going to create with this palette as I use the Royal We once again. And I did mention this before, this palette does show fingerprints and whatnot pretty badly. I'm just rubbing it on my jeans. It is very pretty when it's clean, but if fingerprints drive you crazy, you may not like this palette compared to last year's, and last year's had kind of a rough cover and does not show fingerprints. So anyway, thought I would mention that. Now, if you have not seen this palette yet from Lancôme, it is a total of 12 eyeshadows and 4 face products. And we are going to apply a few of these today right away because I'm a little washed out. And then we're going to go into the eyeshadows. So let's do that right now. I am planning on, I did put a little bit of contour cream, so I think what I'm going to do is just use this one, which I think is the Blush Subtil, if I'm not mistaken. I could have it wrong. But it's going to go with the eye look that I'm thinking of doing today. And here I have the brush from Lancôme. This is not the exact brush in the kit for this year, but it's very, very similar. I chose this brush because this brush is the one from last year, and it is about 1/3 of the size bigger than the one they included this year. So they cheapened up a little bit on the brush. But because I'm going to use it to apply blush, I want to have a bigger brush, and I thought I would still use a brush from the brand. And also, just before I forget, there is a mirror in the palette, and that's what I'm going to be using today. So I'm going in with the blush, just a quick tap, and I'm going to apply, oh boy, that is blush. I forgot I didn't set my face on this side, so it's very, very blushy. Let me just grab another brush. I'm going to need some assistance here. So this is my usual powder brush, and I'm just going to tone it down a little bit. I'm glad I tapped off the brush because it would be a lot. Okay, back into this one and just see if there's anything left. Okay, now the other side, and I'm going to go a lot lighter, a lot lighter. I'm not super fussy about blush. I just want it to give me a little color and to match the eyeshadow reasonably well. Okay, so we've got that, and I think I'm going to put just a tad of this highlighter. It's very blingy depending on the angle that you look at it. And I'm just going to put it up on the high points of my cheekbones, cheekbones being the high point. And it doesn't pick up as much on the brush as the blush does. So that's good because it's not as big of an area that I'm trying to cover. And I did have a highlighter already on, which is the Cover FX Moonlight Highlighter Cream. It's a cream highlighter from my quad from the Partners in Cream project. If you want to see how I'm doing in that project, I will put that video right there for you. And then I also will put up, after this one, the other 2 looks that I did with this palette so that you can have easy access to it. So it'll be in the cards, and also they'll be linked in the description box for your ease of reference. Actually, everything from Lancôme's package this year, I will have them all listed for you for ease of reference. Okay, let's get to the eyeshadow look, shall we? I think this looks okay. I'm going to take care of the brow bone right away, and I'm going to use this beige color at the very, very top here. I think that's going to look good. I've used it a couple of times, so actually I think I used it in both the first and second look. It's just an obvious choice for brow bone. And if you're curious about anything that I have as base product, it's all in the description box. So that you don't have to try and guess. All right, so I've got the brow bone done, and I do have Wheat and Desert from the Smashbox Matte Exposure on my eyes to set my eye primer. I do that every single time, so the other two looks I have the same kind of base already. And today I want to use this color. And because I want to use this color, I'm going to go in with this kind of mauve-y color as my crease shade. And I'm going to just use the brush that came with this side is the same as last year. So that's why I'm saying I'm going to use the brush that comes with the kit because they look exactly the same. I'm going to just put some on one side and go right into the crease. And it's a nice, it's kind of between a mauve and dusty rose. It looks really nice. And it worked out well last time, and I'm sure it'll work out nicely today. Okay, and as I did in the other two looks, I'm going to just do the one eye and do the other eye off camera. And with whatever's left on the brush, I'm going to just go on the inner lid to the brow. I like that effect. If you have a reasonably large eye space, eyelid space, it's kind of nice. As long as your eyes are not too close together, I think it looks good. I'm going to go one more time with a little bit more color, just because. And I think I'm going to try to keep it a bit of a cooler look, meaning cool toned as opposed to warm toned, for my cool loving people out there. You know who you are. I keep you in mind. I do keep you in mind. All right. Since I want to do a cooler toned look, I'm going to stay away from the brown. I think I'm going to keep it to this color and this color. I think that's going to be enough. So I'm going to go right in with, I think I'm going to go straight in with my finger because it is a shimmery shade and I had quite a bit of fallout in the last look. And I want to see if I can avoid some of the fallout with the finger and not have to resort to anything more involved like a glitter glue or eyeshadow base of some sort, because the eyeshadow base I always set and I don't want to put more eyeshadow base if I can avoid it. Okay, so that's looking good. And I know a few of you want me to use the red, and that will be coming up. I just wanted to do a cool look, cool toned look, because I thought that the peacock green look, although cool, I think that this is more in line with what somebody who wants a cool toned look might go for on the regular. I could be wrong. That looks nice, and I'm going to go all the way. And I'm going to go in with the black afterwards. And I may go back in and add some more just because the black will have taken some of it off. I'm going to wipe off my brush and we're going to go into the black. Okay, can you see my finger? It's actually looking pretty good. I have the swatches for this palette too. I'll put it there as well. Okay, let's get into the black, as I said. So I'm just going on one side of the brush, and I'm just going to go on the very outer V, just to deepen up the look a little bit. And I'm just tapping into the black. I'm not dragging my brush in. It doesn't take very much to deepen the outer V. It's a pretty small area. Turning my brush a little bit sideways to get into the crease. Okay, and I'm going to go right on the tip of the brush into the black, and I'm going to go on the lower lash line. Don't feel like putting any of that purpley color on the lower lash line, but I think a kind of smoky lower lash line is going to look good. It's a simple look, but I think it looks pretty good. Going into the crease a little bit more with that black. I didn't add any to the brush, I'm just using what's on the brush. Okay, I've got a little bit of fallout right here, but it's not too bad. And I think this looks pretty good. Do I want to add anything else? I think I just want to go in again. I lost a lot of the shimmer with the black, so I knew I was going to have to go back in. That is not a surprise to me. The very inner lid is still intact, but a lot of what was on the center lid is not there anymore. I may have to do a look with the glitter glue with these just to see if it really increases stain power quite a bit. I think just based on what I'm seeing, I think I'm going to put a little bit of that glittery purple on the very outer lower lid. I think that's going to look good. Okay, I'm liking that. I think it looks all right. Do we want to go all the way? Yeah. Just going to add just a little bit and just go all the way out. The black base is going to show through. It's not a super opaque eyeshadow, so I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to take, after I wipe it off, I'm going to take the other side of the brush and just use it to clear out the fallout. And last two looks, it was pretty easy to get rid of fallout, and oh, not quite. I have a lot of shimmer right here. A lot of shimmer. Yikes. But then again, there was highlighter on here, so maybe that's part of it. Okay, well, I will be a glowy goddess. I am going to go off camera and do what I did here on the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, both eyes are done when it comes to eyeshadow, and I did end up deepening up a little bit this side again because I tried something a bit different just to get a feel for it, and I did the black underneath first without putting any of the glittery purpley plum, and then put the glitter on top, and it turned out a lot nicer and a little bit more smoky on the outside, and so I just had to balance out the two eyes to make them look the same. I don't think the look when I left the camera to go finish the other eye was a problem. I'm just letting you know because they're going to be a little bit different, and if I were to do this look again, I would definitely put on the black base before putting on the purple. I think I was a little excited to put the purple on my eyes. Okay, so we have this look, and I'm going to do a few things. First off, I'm going to reapply the zero liner on my upper waterline, and I'm going to do that right now. So that's the zero liner, and I'll give you a little swatch. It's a very creamy black liner from Urban Decay, and no black liner came in the kit this year. Otherwise, I would have used the Lancôme Kohl pencil. I think it's called Le Crayon Kohl, if I want to get specific. Okay, so I just reapplied that a little bit. And I'm going to go in with this one. This is Rockstar from Urban Decay, and it's a very well-known color from the brand. And I think you can see the purple in that color, and I think it's going to really look good with the purple on the upper lash line and just outer lower lid. I just need to get my palette out because I need the mirror, and let's do that. And I need the mirror because on the waterline, I don't really have to see what I'm doing on the upper waterline because I'm just reapplying black. But in this case, I'm doing waterline and a lower lash line, and I don't want to have raccoon eyes. Another purple liner, if you like more matte liners, another purple liner that would look good with this look would be Empire, also from Urban Decay. It's a matte, more like an eggplant purple, but I think it would look good. Okay, so we have the liner on the lower lash line and waterline, but now it looks a little bit heavy on the bottom, right? Well, we're going to do a liner on the top as well. And I'm going to use Trooper from KVD Vegan Beauty. It's on its last legs. It looks like this. Just a very fine tip. And we're going to do not really a wing, but we're going to do a liquid liner line following the lash line. Go a little bit wider on the outside. Let's call it a stumpy wing. So that's what I'm going to do. And other side. Feels like I didn't go far enough on this eye with the purple shadow. I'm going to have to fix that. I have a little spot with not much there on the inner lid. Okay, that looks all right. Now, there are only 2 lipsticks that came with the kit this year. Last year, I think there were 3 in each version of the kit, and this year there's only 1 version. So I chose the one that I thought went better with the eye look, and I'm just going to reapply slightly. And this is called Natural Beauty 126. So that's the color. Let me just do a swatch of that one as well. And I didn't do a swatch of Trooper. I'll do that right now. Okay, so there's a swatch of Trooper and Natural Beauty, just so that you see it. And Natural Beauty, I'm just going to reapply just slightly. I've been talking and taking a sip of my coffee now and then. And if you want to be sure not to have lipstick on your teeth, I showed this in the last video, finger in the mouth and bring it right out. And whatever would have ended up on your teeth ends up on your finger. And I'm going to wipe that off right now. And we have, did it skip? Yeah, it skipped. I have to fix a little bit on the liner here. That one's fine, this one's not. Okay, that'll work. Now we have to do the mascara. And I'm going to resist the urge to use my Monsieur Big from Lancome. I'll show you, it's a pretty festive one that I bought last year, believe it or not. But if you don't open them, they're still okay. Cils Booster XL is the primer I'm going to use. I don't normally do a primer, but I have it in the kit, so I'm going to use it. And it goes on white, but it dries pretty clear. I think that the fact that it dries clear kind of tells you when the primer is dry and you can go in with your mascara. And the mascara I'm going to use is the definicils. And it's the definition mascara, so more of a lengthening and separation type mascara compared to the Drama, which is my preference, or the Monsieur Big, which of course is volume. This white kind of aspect makes me want to try colored mascara. Anybody doing that? Do you wear colorful mascara? I always pretty much stick to brown and black. All right, getting there. Now, last look, I had a little bit of a problem with some of the outer third lashes kind of wanting to stick together in around that area and that area. So let's see what happens today, because I'm using exactly the same lash products for mascara. All right, so this is the definicils in the long kind of rectangular tube, which rectangular tubes like this, for anyone who has issues with the grip, any kind of rectangular tube, I guess it's not a tube anymore, container is definitely better. Some of those cylindrical containers are just almost impossible. Oh, I got a mascara smudge. I'm really known for that. Probably because I use blinking to get my mascara on, which I know is not super common. Something I've always done. And it works for me. Okay, good. We didn't get the clumping that I got last time, and I didn't really do anything different, so I'm a little confused. Now, something to note, and I noticed it last time after the video, I want you to take a look. Do you see how it transferred up here? And I don't know if you can see, is it showing yet? What happened last time is that because my lashes are long, they hit the brow bone. And what was happening with the mascara is started to curl back. So there's a little bit of lengthening going on with the mascara, and I end up with little curly ends. I think you might be able to see it here, curly ends to my lashes, and I don't think that I particularly like that. So if you have long lashes, you may not want to make them longer with this one. It might be a deal breaker for you. So I thought I would mention it because I'm seeing it happen again, and it's not cute. I don't think it's cute. Nobody has natural lashes that kind of curl back, and so I don't know. I didn't notice that last year, but I'm definitely seeing it now. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a minute off camera and wipe off the mascara on this side that's turning into a bit of a mess. I'm going to put on some MAC Fix Plus and then give you my final thoughts on this look. Okay, here we go. We have the final look, and just again to show you what I used, this beige on the brow bone, this one as my crease color and outer lid and so on, this one as my primary lid shade all over from inner to outer lid, and then the black was what should have been from the start, both eyes, my base for the outer V, and then putting this kind of plummy shade over top. So, and I pretty much fixed that for the two eyes. Yeah, I like this look. I think you could use it for an evening out, you could use it for a festive event, and you could also definitely use it for going out day to day for the office or anything. There's nothing in this look that is just not appropriate for just about any purpose, as long, of course, as the color suits your skin tone and what you're planning on wearing. I really like it. I have to admit I didn't have really any idea of not liking it, but yeah, it's pretty good. And you know what, the only thing that I didn't know, why is it so dark? Do you see that? It's so deep right there. Just gonna do a little bit of this. Here we go. The only thing that I was hemming and hawing about off camera was, you know, this one, as we've done today, and this one on the lower lash line would look really good. So maybe having this look during the day and then adding that accent on the lower lash line for the evening would look really quite nice. Really quite nice. And something that I didn't do that I said I would is that I didn't even out the inner lid on both, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm all over the place today, but this is a little bit off. Okay, here we go. Just fixed it a little bit. Now we're done. Let me know what you think of this look. I would love to hear your thoughts and also requests. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. I'm going to open up the palette and give you an opportunity to let me know if there's something that you want me to use. Now the obvious choice for next time is going to be the red. And maybe I should do red on the upper lid and green on the lower lid. Let me know what you think of that. Or if you have other preferences, I'm open to suggestions, as usual. Okay, that's it. Video's over. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. But for now, take care.